in our last chapter, we talked about the structure of DNA, replication, and then how genes are expressed. And this chapter is all about how can we take that knowledge and apply it to make our lives more comfortable and more convenient. Okay. And that's what the definition of biotechnology is we're going to artificially modify the genetic material of any living organism or certain cells that are going to allow them to perform novel functions or to create compounds that we can then use to make our lives more convenient and comfortable. Just kind of some other applications, recognizing the fact that most of you guys are not science majors. The applications for biotechnology go beyond just the field of STEM or medicine or agriculture, right? We can use these biotechnological techniques to help us solve mysteries in the humanities. So here's just one example. So before we had the printing press, all books had to be handwritten. And every time that you handwrite something, even if you think you're making an exact copy, there's going to be some mistakes, maybe an addition or a deletion. Maybe your eyes skip a line, and so there's actually some information missing. Each manuscript is going to be a little bit different than another copy, right? And oftentimes this is a problem for medievalist scholars who are trying to understand like the right get the most accurate picture of the information that's in that manuscript, whether this is a book of poems or plays or whatever, right? So that they can understand how words have evolved or whatever the question is, being able to age those manuscripts and then being able to say, okay, so if this is the oldest manuscript, right, and then all these other ones might have mutations or changes or modifications, but we know that this is the oldest one that we have possession of, so it's probably going to be the most accurate. Okay, and so most of these old manuscripts were written on parchment, which is made from the skin of sheep. And so what we can do nowadays is we can take these different manuscripts and we can actually take a little corner and extract the DNA that's left hanging around in those sheep cells that are making up the parchment, do DNA extractions, sequence the DNA, compare the DNA sequences to see maybe to determine what breed of sheep was being used to create this piece of parchment, where along the journey of domestication have these sheep been, right? So, and then we can kind of get the relative age of the manuscripts, and then that helps the medievalists understand like which one of these manuscripts is the oldest one.